Okay, part 7 of my bug out bag video, Western Kansas Prepper. Um, I've gone through both these pouches here. I'm at the bottom of the pouch. Still got some things in the bottom here to go through. What I got in here, this is a zip lock bag containing gloves. These are durable latex gloves, and these are also smaller disposable ones, which I tried to keep as sterile as I could with, putting them in another contained bag. It's going to be hard to have a perfectly sterile environment if you're doing, medical treatment or something, but that's better than not having anything to try to be sterile. So, there could be other reasons you want to wear gloves. That's kind of why I have two types. I have, the type you can use for medical purposes, and I have the type you can use if you're dealing with just something nasty to clean up, So, anyway, good to have. Going through the bottom of my pack here, what do we have here? This is a propane canister, Coleman. This is the half-sized, one. This is, says it's 7 3/4 ounces. I have this to go with my burner. So again, I've got to weigh. This burner is useless. I told you about how good it was, how great it was. This is useless without that. Can I get to more propane? Hopefully, yeah, and then my burner can still be good. But I need to have the capability to use it if don't have access to propane. Obviously, it'd be nice if you had, 2 larger canisters of it or something. You could haul around one of those, 20-pound ones or whatever. But you can't put that in your bug out bag. So, this is about as good as you can do, I think. Probably it's pushing it to put 2 of these in there, but I've got 1. So, one of the heavier items, though, too. This is one of my favorite items in here. This is a Eton brand emergency radio. It's not my favorite item because it has a radio. And I've kind of lambasted some of these multifunction products, because it's not as good as the regular thing. But I really like, again, this is not real heavy, but it has multiple power options, including batteries, including solar, and has a light on it, which is not bad. You can see that. So a good light. It's got a radio that has emergency bands on it too. So that's good. It has a crank as well, which I like. Again, if you're out of power, other options, this crank will be good. It'll work. One thing I really like about this Eton product, and I'd recommend you get one with this, is I like this thing on the back, which that is a USB port. Now, I'm not going to be doing a lot of, computer, related things, of course, but that works with my cell phone that I'm holding, so I can't show you the phone. I guess I use one of those mirrors or something, but, your cell phone battery is going to die pretty quick, if you're using it. It won't last, and you may not have access to another battery. That's one thing I'm missing out of this pack is a backup cell phone battery. You should really have one. But this with the crank and the solar, you can charge your phone. Now it won't. It's going to be I've tried this, with this item, charging my cell phone, and it works. Now it's a bitch to charge it. It'll take you a long time to charge it. But if you're in an emergency situation, you can get your phone charged to 5% or whatever, enough to make your call. That's going to be very valuable to have. So that's why I like that product. I think it's good. Okay. This is probably one of the most important items, probably the most important item in this pack, and it's one of the most expensive items in the pack. It's a Katadyn brand water filter, the Hiker version. There's the Hiker and the Hiker Pro. If you've looked them up, I think you got to have this in your bag. I mean, this gives you good filtering capabilities. You can filter quite a bit of water with this. Again, I use it in conjunction with my coffee filters. I can keep, but water is the name of the game, and you got to have a reliable way to filter water. And this comes with a lot of there are tubes in here and those kind of things that I've again, use it, get familiar with it. I have used this. It's very effective and very good at filtering. Excuse me, I put that back together. Good at filtering water. But this, I can filter a lot more water than this than I can with these little straws. These I showed you earlier. These are okay. These are my backup. This is how I'm going to filter water. Of course, there's other ways to do it too, and you can rely on some tablets. You're going to run out of tablets though. So if you don't have tablets, you don't have this, or I guess this can fail on you. You're going to need to go to another method. You're going to need to go to boiling, filtering. You get for water. You're going to have to. You always got to do two things. Water in a situation of survival. You got to filter it and you got to purify it. Filtering gets the sediment and all those type of foreign items out, but you've still got to purify it. So even with this filter, I'm not. This is just a good way to filter. I'm still going to have to purify it, or I like to purify it. But you got to again have multiple ways to do that, and that's the best way I've found. It's going to run you $50, $60 though for that filter. So be prepared to pay a little bit of a price at the cash register. Try to look for it on sale. They have sales at Campmore and Backcountry and REI, whatever. See if you can find one on special. But it's going to run you a little bit of money. That's all I have in both those packs. So I'm moving to the exterior. These pockets on the side, which have some other items. You're probably wondering why you haven't seen yet. So here, well, I guess I'll start on the other side actually, because that doesn't make any sense without being on the other side. Here I have, this is just a regular multi-tool. This has, I don't really like this tool. I'll probably upgrade to a Leatherman or something. I got this as a gift. It sort of sucks, honestly. But they've got decent pliers on this, a decent cutting capability there, and it's got some alternate drivers on here, some knives. This is an okay multi-tool. I just don't care for it that much. I don't like the layout of it. It's kind of hard to squeeze it together to get it to go down. I just think this could malfunction in a scenario. But I've got it there as an option. I'll probably get a better one. Again, now I don't have a batoning knife, but I do have one of these. I believe this is a Bird brand knife, folding knife. I can, this has a decent blade on it. I can do some things with that as far as if I need to use it for defense, if I need to use it to cut, game, whatever. I can do that with this knife. I need to have a larger knife in here to baton wood and those kind of things. But this can get many things done. Excuse me, I'm going to put this knife back so I don't cut myself. That would not be a good, probably would make a good YouTube video, but I'm not prepared to sacrifice at this point like that. Also, I have here some plastic sporks, 4 of them. These are, cheapos. I think I got them at Walmart for $1. Just, again, you have something to go with my cup, and my Mountain House. Gotta have a way to eat that and to cook it, so I don't want to be eating Mountain House with my fingers. So that's. And I've also got this. This is a Light My Fire brand titanium fork and spoon. This is a decent product. It's light. That's the thing. It's light, sturdy. This will get the job done. So it's actually got a knife blade too on the edge of the fork. So you can do a lot of things with this. This is nice. And then, of course, one of the best items in here is a firearm. This is a Kel-Tec brand .32 automatic, and you know, first thing you want to do with any firearm, of course, before you even deal with it, is to know whether or not it is loaded and safe. And for this, you know, I'm going to show you, you know, actually I can't show you with a Kel-Tec. I'll explain why in a second. I'll show you in a second. This has a magazine, you know, it's loaded with .32 ammo. I'm going to empty that. With Kel-Tecs, at least with this model of Kel-Tec, I cannot actually open the action and keep it open unless it has an empty mag in it. So I've got to get that empty mag in there. Now, excuse me, I can show you, again, this chamber is empty. You know, do it, always check your firearms, you know,